this series of videos, we're going to look at annuities. And what an annuity is, it's a series of regular payments, payments of X, each one exactly the same, equally spaced, made in the future. There are two types of annuity. Future value annuities are for savings. And what this formula does is it gives us the balance with interest of each of these payments, all added together. Each one's in the account for a different amount of time. It gives us the balance as the last payment is made. In other words, the last payment does not attract any interest. We also have a present value annuity formula, which is for loans. And what this formula does is it gives us the present value of n payments of X in today's terms. The assumption, and this is really important, the assumption is that the first payment will be made in one payment period's time, normally a month, right, if the payments are monthly. So in other words, the first payment is not made immediately, and that makes sense because if one borrows some money, one doesn't repay some of it immediately. There's normally a waiting kind of period before one makes one's first payment. Right, let's dive straight in and look at an example of an investment. So Nelly deposits 300 Rand at the end of each month for 5 years. Interest is paid at 12% per annum compounded monthly. How much will he have in his account immediately after making his last payment? So this is a future value annuity. Let's just remind ourselves of the formula. Okay. So his regular payment of X is 300 Rand. We've got 1 plus, now our interest rate is 12% per annum, but we divide it by 12 because we want the monthly interest rate. Okay, he's going to make 60 payments in 5 years, monthly payments, so 5 times 12, 60. And this interest rate on the bottom exactly the same as on the top, 0.12 over 12. Right. Right, let's put all that into our calculator. I'm going to change the 0.12 over 12 to 0.01. And again on the bottom, 0.01. And we get 24,590 cents. That's how much Sanelli will have in the account immediately after making his last payment. Questions often ask us, how much interest did he earn? Well, he made 60 payments of 300 Rand, and that comes to 18,000 Rand. So that's how much he paid in, and the balance of that must be interest. In other words, 24,590 minus 18,000 Rand. So the interest would be 6,590 cents. Now we get asked, how much will he have 7 months later if the money is left in the account? Immediately after making the last payment, he had 24,500 Rand and 90 cents. Now, this is no longer an annuity calculation. This is literally just our normal compound interest formula. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put 7 months worth of interest onto 24,500. And we get 1 plus, remember the interest rate, 0.12 over 12 to the power of 7. And we get 26,268 Rand and 28 cents. So now we're going to look at a loan. Thabo borrows 350,000 Rand. He repays it over 4 years with monthly payments starting 1 month from the date of the loan. Interest is at 10% per annum monthly, and how much is his monthly repayment? So what we are looking for is what values of X starting 1 month from today will give us a present value of 350,000 Rand. So there's the formula, right? So what we want is we want 350,000 Rand over here equals X 1 minus 1 plus, now our interest rate is 10% per annum, but we are wanting the monthly interest rate, so we divide by 12. 4 years will be 48 payments over 0.1 over 12. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work out the stuff that's in the square brackets. So it's going to be 1 minus 1 plus 0.1 over 12 to the power of negative 48 over 0.1 over 12. Right, and we get about 39,4243, right? That is what's in the square brackets. I now want to take 350,000 Rand and divide it by that number. Remember that whenever you do a calculation on your calculator stores that number in the answer. There we go. So right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 350,000 divided by that answer. And we get 8876 and 90 cents. So the monthly repayment will be 8876 and 90 cents. Right, now we get asked how much interest does he pay? Well, he pays a total of 48 lots of 8876.90. Let's just work out what that is. There we have it, 426,091 Rand and 40 cents. Now, he only borrowed 350,000 Rand. So the difference between what he repays and what he borrowed must be interest. So if we take 426 and we subtract 350, we get 76,091 and 40 cents. And that will be the interest. Now you may have noticed in this question that we put in bold and underlined and blue that the payments were starting 1 month from the date of the loan. That is the normal, typical practice. However, sometimes we have a deferred start. So we have a delay in our start. Let's look at this question. What if he still pays it off with 48 payments, but his first payment is 9 months from the date of the loan? Now remember that little picture that we had where we've got our first payment over here, and we want to know what is the loan value at this point. Right, now to make this a normal situation, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add on 8 months worth of normal compound interest onto the loan. So in other words, I'm going to take my 350,000 Rand because I borrowed from the bank, and I'm going to put on, remember the interest rate was 10% per annum, so a 12th of that per month. I'm going to put on 8 months worth of interest. And it comes to 374,025 and 35 cents. That is how much I actually will owe the bank at this point over here. Right, and now it's as normal because my first payment is going to be made in 1 month's time. So now I'll redo that calculation into my present value formula. I'm just going to write the formula down here. But instead of having 350 here, I'm going to have 374,025,35 equals X. And we get 9486.25. Right. Again, we get asked how much interest does he end up paying? Well, he still pays, the only amounts that he pays are 9486.25, and he pays that 48 times for a total of 455, 339, and 96. Right, and remember this was to borrow 350,000 Rand. So the interest is just the difference between what he had to repay and how much he borrowed. So it's going to be 105,339 and 96 rands. Notice that he's paying more interest this time than last time. Last time he was only paying 76,000 rands worth of interest. The reason being is he's paid interest for those 8 months before the start. We hope you found this useful. If you did, please like, share and subscribe.